Alumni Field here today on the campus of Lake Forest Academy. And the alumni are back as it's the homecoming weekend. The Caxies' homecoming opponent today, the Alden Hebron Giants. They have 1952 state basketball championship fame, but we're on the gridiron today, not the hard court. And the man who knows a lot about the hard court with me today, Bill Bowler, the Caxie varsity head boys basketball coach. What should we see from Alden Hebron today?
Definitely, I would have to say, Chris, we're going to have to see a running game. The weather again, last time we were here 2 weeks ago, we had a downpour. Today, we at least beat the rain, but the cold weather and the wind has come into play. So I think that everyone's just going to pound it out, go straight ahead football. We're not going to see it thrown up in the air much.
It's a frigid day. Would you say it's 45 degrees outside?
I would say it feels a little bit colder than that right now.
And a strong, strong wind blowing across the field. It'll make it hard for the passing game and the kicking game.
The kicking game really will have an effect with that. I'd hate to see anyone kicking into the north. That'd be the wind is probably, I would say, an estimate of about 20 miles an hour at some of the gusts.
And it looks like the Caxies have won the toss and will receive. Today, the Caxies will start with the regular lineup. Rodney Allen, the tailback, Zach Steffens at the quarterback. Coach John Morrison for the Caxies, and the Giants coach, Paul Tomzowick. On the Alton Hebron side of the ball, their quarterback today, Ryan Stewart, the junior, perhaps making his first start for the Giants. The Giants come into the game 1-4. The Caxies come in 2-4. Interesting story, however, the Caxies and the Little Giants have not played since 1990 when the Caxies won 27-0. And Alton Hebron has never scored on a John Morrison coached football team in their 3 meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they can break it out today.
Well, it looks like Hebron took the win with the kick, which makes a lot of sense. Today, Chris, I definitely feel position is going to be the key. Both teams have been struggling a little bit on their offense. LFA last week up in Lake Geneva did a nice job by beating Northwestern Military Academy. But in that game, they showed a nice combination of passing and also running. So today, I think we're going to see mostly the run.
Now, Zach Steffens, 7 for 10, 125 last week, I remember. So John Hahn, Lake Forest Academy's very own, with a very nice rendition of our national anthem. A nice homecoming crowd today, despite the cold out here at Alumni Field.
I didn't even know that about John. He's one of my golfers. That was fantastic.
You should have him sing the golf anthem for you each week. Now Alton Hebron on the field, set to kick. Deep to return for Lake Forest Academy, number 25. That's Mike Davis. And number 12, Chris Dietzler. Bill, do you think he's going to be able to drive the ball very much? It's got to be real cold to kick that on this day.
If he's got a halfway decent foot, the kicker for Hebron, and that is
it's number 80, Brian Wickersheim.
There should be no reason why he can't put it in the end zone. As you can see, even when John was singing the national anthem, they showed a shot of the flag, how it was blowing.
That's true. Now here's the kick. A little bit short, fielded at the 20. Cutting to his left is Tim Martin. right, rather, still breaking on his feet now past the 40-yard line up to the 45-yard line is Tim Martin on a nice return of a high short kick.
That was a very nice return by Tim. Tim waited for his blockers to set up on him, and he took it to the outside once the picket fence was set up for him.
So do you think they set that up as a right return, or was he just finding the blockers?
I think he was just finding his blockers. As you can see right now, the wedge has started, and they're just picking up his men.
Yeah,
on the replay here,
really look like much of a
kinda,
fence.
right now.
Just looks like he's just breaking it out on his own.
All right, here we go. First
now,
and 10.
Zach Steffens under center with the pro set, and the eye patch. Barks out the signals. The handoff is to Rodney Allen straight ahead past the 40, working his way to the 50 and beyond, up to about the 52-yard line.
Last week, that play worked for a lot of success for Lake Forest Academy up against Northwest Military. And you can see Coach Morrison didn't waste any time by calling the same play, and it was a pickup of about 8 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Caxies.
Rodney has been running real well the last few weeks. Earlier in the year, he was pretty hesitant. Now you can see he's exploding through the holes, and he's driving his legs.
2nd and 2 on the 48-yard line of Alden Hebron in Alden Hebron territory already today. Steffens barking them out. Now the ball's loose on the dive fake to the fullback, Tim Martin. The ball popped out. It looked like he was trying to run the option. Now they're going to lose a few yards. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6 situation.
I think just simply on that situation, I don't know if it was the cold weather or not, but it looked like Zach Steffens, collided with the fullback with Martin, and instead of pulling the ball out with no problems with contact, he hit him a little bit and lost the ball, and luckily enough, Allen fell on top of it.
So call it 3rd and 4 now. Perhaps his cold hands caused part of that exchange problem. Now Steffens back under center. Now running option the other way, pitches to Rodney Allen. Breaking forward, short of the 1st down, however.
Well, it's going to be close.
Nope. His momentum might have carried him ahead.
I think they wound up getting the 1st down here.
Yes, he did. As the stick comes back up, Connie McCabe lifts
and
the
they've
stick
already
back up.
Signaled 1st down, the officials. Tell you, I was really shocked when I was looking at the defense there. It looked like that they were just coming with everyone for Hebron. And on that option, when they were sending everyone, that's a big gamble because the ends were coming and no one was staying at home.
So Ronnie did do a good job of getting forward now. 1st and 10 for the Caxies at about the 45-yard line of Alden Hebron. Steffens hands off to Allen, breaking through the backfield now up to the 40. Now off to the races, 35, 30. One man to beat. That's number 25 for Alden Hebron, who does drag him down. Jason Sturinsky.
Jason does a nice job there keeping him down, but yeah, as you can see probably on the replay here, Chris Holland came out in the lead blocker for him. That's a big man to have blocking for you. Here you can see right now, the guards are pulling and Holland, number 67. And Rodney just uses his blockers and it just uses his speed to get to the outside.
So now the Caxies have 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
The other thing that's nice is right now LFA is not taking their time in the huddle. They're coming right out and getting to the line.
They're ready to play. And the handoff Rodney Allen, another exchange, and he's taken down in the backfield.
Number 58, that looks like. And
58, Nate Nelson.
Nate Nelson. It's taken us a while with some of the numbers and names. They changed their roster and some of the jersey numbers right before games. So.
That last home game, the Caxies changed their numbers, and this week Alden Hebron changed theirs, so they're trying to keep us off, keep us fresh.
Yep.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3 yards in the backfield. Second exchange problem there today we've seen, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Now the single back is Rodney Allen in the slot. Tim Martin to his right. Steffens barking out the signals. Steffens with the pitch to Allen, met in the backfield and taken down. That time number 50 for the Alden Hebron Giants. Not on our roster today is number 50.
No.
Missing his chance to get his name broadcast on television. So the Caxies move further back now. They're going to face a long 3rd and 27, 28 yards. Nope, 20 yards, 3rd and 20.
Okay, defensively, again, Hebron just sent everyone. Their ends were coming. Number 50's playing defensive end for them, and it's a gamble, but it's working right now.
Looks like I came right over Chris Holland that time. Now the single setback twins to the bottom of the screen. Steffens
looked like a passing
center.
situation.
I think it'd have to be. Steffens indeed rolling out to his left, looking forward. Hauls back and throws back across the green. A long run if Robbie Urs could get there, but he can't. He had his man open, but that's a tough throw.
That's
rolling
a very
left
tough
and throwing
throw.
back right.
And especially with this wind today. He's throwing it into the wind, across the field. So basically about a 15-yard pass is traveling close to 25 yards.
Now 4th and 20 for the Caxies. Looked like he was trying to hit the backside post there, Bill.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And he had you can't do it. You got your momentum going to your left, trying to stop, plant, and knowing there's a big defensive end coming on you too.
Yeah, that's tough for Zach Steffens to do, to step up and hold his position and get something on that ball across field.
So now John Morrison goes for it here on 4th and 20, and why not? Down that deep in Alden Hebron territory. Rodney Allen in motion now, nobody behind him. Steffens with Allen on the top. Twins to the bottom of the screen, and Joe Gariano looking that way. Lets it fly to Gariano, wide open. Touchdown, Lake Forest Academy. No flags that I can see, only leaves on the field today. Nice job of breaking open by Joe Gariano, and nice throw by Zach Steffens.
It definitely caught Hebron off guard because they've been sending everyone. They still were going to send everyone on the line here, Chris, and it just didn't keep enough linebackers back there or corners. They flooded the zone. Here they are, sending Rodney in motion.
Nobody
in fact,
home.
He could have picked a number of receivers. Rodney Allen on the top of the screen is wide open, but he picked Joe right down the middle of the field. Nice
right over
touchdown.
the outstretched arms.
That's a nice
Jason
throw by
Sturinsky.
Zach Steffens.
So now Danette Riley comes in to attempt the extra point. Steffens with the hold. 6-0 Caxies at 8:58 to go in the first quarter. The set is down, up, and it's good. Danette Riley now 5 for 7 on extra point attempts this year.
You know, the LFA's got to feel real good about that. That was 4th down and close to 21 yards
Oh, that's
to
a
go.
big pickup,
and
isn't it?
more than a pickup, not getting the first down, but getting 6 points out of it. And also, that was probably one of the best-looking pass plays they've run all year.
Yeah, everybody was open. Like you said, they could have hit anybody. So now the Caxies set to kick it off. Danette Riley does all the kicking for the Caxies when she's not playing volleyball. Alden Hebron comes out, and they're going to want to try to strike back best they can. Deep for the Giants, number 80. That's Wickersheim, the wide receiver, and his partner, 33, Tim Beck, the fullback.
Boy, Tim is.
Tim Beck, 5'6", 150. Little spark plug out there.
Well, we saw one a couple of weeks ago against Williams Bay. We saw what the little guys can do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what Happy State. Kicking into the wind, Danette.
So Riley pops it straight up, a very, very short kick, fielded at the 35-yard line by Alden Hebron, trying to fight through the wedge and dragged down at the 42-yard line.
And on the reception was number 78.
78 on the reception there.
Let's take a look here.
Chad Elswick, the offensive center, so a lineman's dream, catching a football, running up the field. He probably was thinking touchdown.
Well-coached lineman, as all of them say. Just goes 2 hands on the ball and take it straight ahead.
So now the quarterback, Ryan Stewart, for Alden Hebron, sets up underneath. High backs in the slot. Stewart barking out the signals. One receiver to the top of the screen. And Stewart hands off straight ahead to 25. That's the fullback, Jason Sturinsky. Well, that's what you said. It'd be on the ground today, Bill, and so far they've started with that.
You know, we talked with Coach Morrison yesterday, and he said look for the counter, look for the sweeps. Not much in the passing game. Earlier this year, the junior varsity team played them, and they wound up only throwing when they needed to.
Now it'll be 2nd and 9 yards after a short 1-yard gain on that dive. Sturinsky at the tailback. And they come out passing, proving us wrong, and throw it right across the middle. Received by number 80, Brian Wickersheim. First down and more, dragged down at the Caxie 40-yard line. Nice play there by Alden Hebron.
Let's see if we can see this on replay. This is a real nice play here. Stewart does a nice job by dropping back, stepping up and throwing. Again, remember he's got the wind with him, but that ball had a lot of zip on it.
Tell you what,
threw
there
it into
are 4 guys
triple
right
coverage,
there.
I was going to say. So
now 1st and 10 for Alden Hebron on the Caxie 40-yard line. Now they've broken
went to the
Caxie
hurry up
territory.
Offense.
They are.
No one's in the huddle.
Maybe it's because they're so cold. Now the pitch.
The number
rolling
25.
around there. Sturinsky breaking forward for about 3 yards. Sturinsky, the tailback, takes the pitch and works his way around the left. That's the sweep we're talking about.
Definitely. I think you're going to be calling his name a lot today, Chris. He looks like their true running back.
So Sturinsky does a nice job, picks up a few yards.
Got about 3 yards, making it 2nd and 7.
Stop your play on the field here. Timeout, Alden Hebron. 2nd and 7 with 7:23 to go, down 7-0. Maybe a personnel problem, Bill.
Maybe, or just miscommunication. Because they came out on the last down, without a huddle. The quarterback's probably calling the plays up at the line of scrimmage, and a few guys aren't sure of maybe what the ball snap's going to be on or the play they want to run. So, before they make a mistake, why not call a timeout?
Yep, although tough to waste one in the first quarter here when you're looking to save some time later in the game. Here you see the Caxi cheerleaders all out in full force. I'll tell you what, the cold weather doesn't dissuade them. And there's head coach John Morrison. Defensive coordinator Craig Hill is in the huddle right now with his players. And this homecoming crowd has grown larger and larger by the minute. They want to come out and see a Caxi winner. I haven't seen the stands this full in the last few years, Bill, I'll tell you.
I'm glad you're looking out that window. Every time you open it up, that wind's blowing in here.
Every time I open the window up, we lose all our notes, so we have enough trouble with the notes as it is. Now we're ready to play again. Alden Hebron sits up, 2nd and 7, single back offense. Now we have the slot down the bottom of the screen. In motion, number 25. That was the tailback. Playing receiver now, dragged down the backfield, however. 33, Tim Beck, breaking forward, and very close to a first down. Maybe has it.
It looks like he wound up picking up the first down.
And they give him the first down just beyond the 30-yard line of the Caxies. Here you see it again. There's Beck being dragged, and Joel Sestito almost had him.
Just missed him. He's grabbing a jersey.
Rodney Allen finally wraps him up. So a 1st and 10 situation again for Alden Hebron. And you know what? They're looking pretty good. The pass play really helped put something in the minds of the Caxies, I think, if they were sitting on the run all day.
Also, it's funny is now they've gone back to the huddles, too, Hebron. So there might have been some confusion on calling
full house backfield now for Alden Hebron. Double tight end set, and here's the double fake handoff, play action, and ball tipped.
Is it intercepted?
And nobody caught that ball, attempting to get it to Russ Schmidt, the tight end. Number 34 there for the Caxies, knocking the ball away, Kieran Aston, along with Rodney Allen, 29, and number 2, Brian Bonato. You know, he was wide open for a moment, but not much zip on that ball. If he had had him, he might have run.
Yeah, he might have hit him, but again, like we said, they're not known for their passing attack, so that was kind of a surprise to see that, even the second pass this early in the game.
Still keeping them honest, however, with the passing. Now, back to the slot set. One receiver to the top of the screen, slot to the bottom, eye backs. And here's the pitch off to the side. That's Jerniski running forward, number 80. He goes out, plays receiver, and he takes the tailback spot.
No, that's, I don't think it's Jerniski. Number 80 is Brian
Wickersheim. Yep, another number change has got me. Wickersheim, number 80, takes it forward, so now he'll have 3rd and 9. After, Bill, you make a pass attempt on the first down. If you don't get it, then you really get stuck on 2nd.
Yeah, especially, and on top of it, when everyone knows you're a running team. So
now
they got to come up with a big play right now.
Alden Hebron sends 2 receivers up to the top of the screen. 3 now, actually, with the slot. 3 receivers to the field side. Single back is Beck. Stewart hauls out, throws it up for grabs, and incomplete.
It's an incomplete pass. Good defensive play there by number 32. I think it was Martin for LFA. Let's take a look real quickly here on the replay.
Weaver here. It looks like Stewart saw Weaver.
He's just trying to use his size on Martin. Martin is not one of the tallest players on the team, but it looks like they're just throwing it up for grabs.
So now a jump ball. We'll have a 4th down and 9 situation.
Okay, we saw what happened earlier in the game with LFA's 4th down. And going for it, we'll see if Hebron is as successful as LFA was, or hopefully not.
Now Alden Hebron goes for it. 33 Beck is the fullback, Stewart under center. Now number 80 Wickersheim down the bottom in the slot. And faking the reverse on the quarterback keeper is Stewart, moving forward and taken down hard by Rodney Allen, and he's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, I don't think he got it. It was a nice play, nice execute, but he wound up just running out of real estate.
He ran with the ball hanging out. I thought he might fumble it if he got hammered on the field. Now the Caxies will take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Their own 23. We'll see what they can put together here with 5:53 to go in the first quarter, Bill.
That was a nice defensive stop there by LFA. And, you got to give credit to Rodney Allen. He stayed at home. He didn't follow the motion. And 1st and 10, LFA.
Now Rodney Allen, Tim Martin split in the backfield behind Zach Steffens. Steffens rolling out to his right, looking for Kieran Aston, who's open but trips. Kieran Aston was open. He had broken past his defender on the wheel route, but couldn't quite catch up to that pass.
Yeah, the defender kind of just bit on the fake right away and on the first pump and took the fake, and Kirsten wound up just losing his footing going down the sideline. If he would have not lost his footing, it could have been another quick 6.
Now, Kieran Aston, the fine receiver for the Academy, has 16 catches this year for 274 yards, but has yet to taste the end zone. Now Steffens, one running back behind him, two receivers to the top of the screen. Rodney Allen, there's the fullback hidden there by number 81. In motion now, 25, Mike Davis. Fakes to the fullback, Martin. Pitches it to Rodney Allen. Cutting up and forward, working his way up to the 30-yard line. Getting close to that first down. It's about a 7-yard pickup.
I don't know. I think he might have that first down. He stretched out there at the end, and he might come on. It might be just a yard or two short here.
See where they mark it. Rodney looked like he had nowhere to go and just worked it all himself.
As you can see again on the replay, his legs are just constantly driving. The officials are taking the time out to measure it. So
they're going to bring the chains out now. Paul Dunlap and Connie McCabe, Chris Wheeler, Lara Amick get a chance to do their work. We haven't seen them all year. We haven't seen them on the field all year. It's either been a 25-yard gain or just going back and forth right at the 50.
Well, first time for everything.
Here they come. And let's see if they stretch.
Looks like he might have it by the nose of the ball.
They're going to get it by the nose of the ball. So you're right, Bill. Rodney Allen throws himself forward and gets that first down.
This is just Rodney's picking up where he was playing last week, running hard and just looking for the first down stripes every time or looking for the end zone.
Rodney, if he has a nice day, could go over 500 yards for the season, coming in with 407 today. See if he can get himself 93. Now, coming all the way down to the bottom of the screen, 88, Robbie Urs. Steffens again with the split backfield. On the top is Keenan Aston. First and 10 for the Academy. And the handoff is to Rodney Allen. Nope, Tim Martin, the fullback, takes the ball upwards. Fighting forward. We got a flag on the field.
Yeah, I think there's motion going to be called on LFA right now. I wasn't sure on the number, but it looked like maybe Joe Ariano might have jumped, number 44 on the line. Let's see on replay here. There he is. Yeah, it is.
Right. He came out
There's
early.
Joe coming out of the stance early.
And they're going to call a hold, however.
I don't know where that came from, but hold it also is a little bit more of yardage.
Maybe he jumped down early and held the man. I don't know. So they're going to bring back that nice run by Tim Martin. All the way back. We're going to have about 2nd and 15 for the Academy. 2nd and 14 maybe. So the Caxies faced with a passing situation up. They leave it first down the whole Bill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Replay it down. They take the yardage, and it looks like they're about at the 29-yard line.
So now the Caxies come up again with the longer first down, but at least they have the down. Twins to the bottom of the screen. I backfield for the Academy. Steffens rolling out to his right, to his left, pushing it over, and receive, coming back to get the ball is Karen Aston, and fights forward for a first down. And
that was a really nice play again, too. On the defensive side there, you could see that they were sending number 33, Hebron, back, and you kind of lose him with the defensive lineman on the play because he's so short, but he was coming in, and on the pressure again, Steffens rolled out to his left and hit Earston crossing the field.
So now the Caxies have a first down at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10, I backfield for the Academy. Alden Hebron with a lot of people up on the line. And they come. Steffens hands off to Tim Martin. There's a flag on the play as Martin barrels forward for about 8 yards.
The problem with that flag, it's right in the middle of the field. And again, we might get a hold called. It looks like they're signaling for a face mask.
Face mask against Alden Hebron. Good break for the Academy. Here you can see the face mask right there for 78 for Alden Hebron. Chad Elswick. He's the man who caught that kickoff a few moments ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now with 4:41 to go in the first quarter, the Caxies have another first down.
And that's a big penalty because it's a 15-yarder. So it'll take them into Hebron's territory, make it 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line.
They call the intentional face mask, 15-yard penalty. Moves it all the way up, 1st and 10 for Lake Forest Academy, deep in the Alden Hebron territory once again. Bill.
Hey, LFA's offense is looking real good so far in this game. And it's basically, again, they're mixing it up with the run and the pass.
So now the split backs, receivers in a pro set. Steffens under center. Hands up on the inside to Tim Martin. Martin goes forward and hammered, taken down. Made his way up to about the 30-yard line, 35.
Stewart made a real nice tackle for him, number 5. I think if Stewart wasn't there, he could have taken it for another 10 or 15 yards.
So about 2nd down and 5 at the 29-yard line for the Academy. Robbie Urs brings in the play. Mike Davis comes out. Tells Zach Steffens what's going to happen, and the cheerleaders leading the crowd, trying to keep them warm, and the offense is keeping the Academy warm, that's for sure.
That'll keep the people in the stands.
2nd and 6 now with the I backfield. Steffens Looks right now, hands off to Rodney Allen, straight ahead, forward for the first down and more. Still on his feet, down, still on his feet to the 5-yard line. Rodney Allen just kept breaking tackles. I kept wanting to announce that he had been tackled, but he kept going.
Rodney has just been playing fantastic the last few weeks, and the Caxies have won their last 2 games. I think that gave them a little confidence that they're as a team and the line blocking for him, and nobody's going to stop them. They really got to wrap them up to get them down.
So now we have a first and goal situation from about the 4-yard line. Caxies come out. Zach Steffens with the split back behind him. Barks out the signals, and jumping for Alton Hebron. They're going to whistle this one dead with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. It looks like Alton Hebron got a little happy and just jumped off sides.
Yeah, it looks like that from up here, but we'll wait for the official to see if he wasn't drawn off. Yeah, they're calling offside on Hebron.
So now, when you're this close, Bill, how much are they going to give you? They can't give you a full 5.
Nope, half the way to the goal line. So we're probably looking at first or goal to goal at the 2-yard line.
Chris Wheeler with the box over there, standing very close to the goal line, making friends with the referee, the side judge. And here's the handoff straight ahead.
To Martin. He fumbled it, though.
Tim Martin, they call touchdown now. The receiver the referee on the bottom of the screen goes up and calls a touchdown. So we have.
I was pretty sure he fumbled it right when he hit the line of scrimmage.
Well,
but they're signaling the official.
64, Joel Sestito picked up the ball, it looks like. Joel's celebrating. Maybe we'll see that one again on the replay, see if we can see the ball pop out. All the linemen got smiles on their faces. That means maybe one of their own did well. 13-0 here, 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Danette puts her block down, ready to kick the extra point. Some personnel change. Mike Davis coming in, staying in, coming out, not quite sure where to line up. Now he's in there. Zach Steffens in his hold. Danette really puts it up. And it's good again, 2 for 2, 14-0 with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Caxies opening up on Alton Hebron.
The first 2 offensive series. What else can an offensive coordinator would like to see, and especially Coach Morrison, is 2 scores.
Nice run, a couple penalties to help you out. No pass this time. Last time was the pass that got him in there, and this time the run.
Yeah, it was the run that scored on this play, but at the same time, a couple big pass plays to march the ball down the field. They originally started this drive at about their 23-yard line. So they took it over 75 yards, and they took him probably only about 4 minutes, if not less.
I think Joel Sestito got that fumble, Bill, because everybody's punching him in the helmet and hitting him and just totally congratulating him down the sideline. So usually that's something great you just did. 14-0, Caxies over the Giants. The homecoming crowd loves it. Back now, Alton Hebron goes to receive, try to march again. You know, they looked good until they got shut down. They looked good all the way up to the last few plays.
And you remember you saying they went for that first down with the pass play, and they put them in a tough situation where they had to run the ball. And even on 4th and 10, they still ran the ball.
Yep, you know, they really don't have confidence in themselves. They run on 4th and 10. Now back to receive for Alton Hebron. That's number 58, Nate Nelson, a guard on offense. He's going to run the kick back. They must have liked how their center did last time running it back.
Also, it looks like they still got back there
Beck. It looks
Tim
like
Beck. Yeah.
Tim Beck. Keep wanting to say Chip Beck, the golfer. Riley giving instructions to her troops. Sometimes they'll have a pre-designated kick right or left in that kickoff, and Alton Hebron sends 2 men back to avoid being avoided.
Onside?
I don't know if it's time to rub it in.
No, I don't think it's that. But you want to catch a team really off guard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If they're putting an offensive guard back to receive it, they must have confidence in all the hands.
Kicking it into this win, I wouldn't see why not keeping it on the ground.
Squibber, huh?
There you go.
Bounced up again by number 71, the reception.
No, 78.
78, Chad Ellswick.
He's getting a busy workout today.
His second return of the game. And the Caxies stormed the field after shutting them down on the squib kick. Alton Hebron will take the ball at their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:03 to go.
There it is on the replay. Again, you know, they're kicking into the strong wind. It makes sense maybe keeping the ball on the ground. Probably a return of only about 3 or 4 yards.
We have a lot of Caxie alumni sitting right below us here. John Springer, I see. Katie Smart, Doug Hamilton, former player. Now, Caxie's on defense. Alton Hebron Stewart's up under center. 2 stand-up backs behind him. Now sent in motion.
Oh, they got motion on number 25.
Alton Hebron's motion on Jason Sterinsky. It looked like they were real mixed up there. Everybody's standing up and one man moving.
It might have missed on the signal. But Jason definitely as you can see here, is out of his stance, and he's making his progress towards the line of scrimmage instead of from side to side.
Only in Canada. We have illegal motion down here at Lake Forest Academy in Illinois. So that'll march them back. A 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 now for Alden Hebron. They haven't sent the box yet back, though. They call the motion, and it's declined. So it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And 10.
2nd and 10. They look like they're lost, but I guess they don't.
I think they feel pretty confident with their defense right now.
Mm-hmm. So now Alden Hebron comes up in the hole again, Bill. 2nd and 10. Now a little more traditional formation with 2 slots and a back. Back to throw is Stewart looking for 36, but overthrows him, almost picked off by Brian Bonato, number 2 there. Overthrew his man that time, just tried to loft it to him and couldn't get it over to his receiver.
Their coaching staff might have the philosophy right now because they do have the wind at their back. They want to try to throw everything. And this is, like we said earlier, kind of surprising for us to see them throwing the ball.
Because you try to throw on 1st down, you don't make it. You try to run on 2nd, you don't get much. Now you're stuck on.
So maybe when they spoke earlier in the game, they said, when we got the win, we're going to throw it. When we don't, we'll run it.
So now they come out. Alden Hebron, 3rd and 10. Split backfield. Stewart warming his hands up, looking right, looking left. Under center. Rafi Kalajian coming forward on a blitz. Stewart lets it fly. Overthrows his intended receiver, number 80, Brian Wickersheim. So now we have 4th down. We may have to see a punt here deep in their own territory.
Well, yeah, if they're going to punt, I would probably recommend them to do it this time with the win. LFA is playing for the punt return right now. Dropping back for LFA is number 25.
Mike Davis, the Bullet.
And number 25.
25 will kick to 25, it looks like. Jason Sterinsky kicking to Mike Davis. Davis with his heels on his own 30-yard line. Sterinsky with a bad snap. Gets it partially blocked. Mike Davis moves forward, and he's not going to take the ball. He's going to run away from it and avoid it. Let it roll down. Rolls dead at the Caxton 37-yard line. So a partially blocked kick rolls still quite well, however.
And that he was just lucky he got that punt off because it was a poor snap. It took a couple bounces to get into his hands before he got the ball off.
And, Bill, have we had as long a first quarter this year as we've had just today?
No, well, it was surprising for both of us is that they've come out and both teams have thrown a lot. So we got the clock stopping. So here we go.
Now 1st and 10 for the Caxies on their own 37-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to go, 2:06. The I backfield again in the pro set, which they've run almost all day. Zach Steffen barks them out. Hands to Rodney Allen straight ahead in the ISO. Breaks the tackle, moving ahead, still struggling on his feet. Finally dragged down just short of the 45-yard line. Held in bounds, and the clock will run. Nice pickup, though.
That's a real nice run again by Rodney. Again, it's taken 2 to 3, maybe 4 people to bring him down. Beck was the first man that missed him, trying to wrap him up, but he tried to wrap him up by his legs, but he just broke the tackle and kept going.
Took about 4 men to drag him down. Now 2nd and 4 for the Academy. Caxie's moving from right to left, still against the wind. And Allen again takes the ball, breaking forward for the 1st down and more, dragged down at about the 42-yard line into Alden Hebron territory. It's the Rodney Allen show here.
It looked like a nice pickup of 12 yards or so there for Rodney. And again, right side, left side. Blocking is just going straight ahead and tying them up at the line of scrimmage, giving them Rodney enough of a hold to just break it.
Well, Bill, the option play hasn't been working yet for the Academy, having trouble on the pitch, but the ISO is working great.
The ISOs have been working fantastic, and you got to go give it credit to the line.
And we got a timeout called by Lake Forest Academy. It looks like there's a little confusion. Brian Bonato came running off the field as John Morrison finally had to call a timeout.
Yeah, the offense is without a doubt looking the best it's looked all year. Again, in this combination, I said earlier, giving credit to the offensive line, but also the backs. As we said, Tim Martin and also Rodney Allen, they're running hard. It's taken a few guys to bring them down. So they're getting the holes they need, and then they're driving their legs and making things happen.
Definitely, Rodney Allen is doing a great job of driving, and keeping those legs moving. That's why, people sometimes see the running backs hit the sled, and people wonder about that. Is it just for blocking? But I think it's to keep those legs moving, to train them to move.
Mm-hmm.
So now, after a short break, they got a nice 1st down, 1:03 to go. Zach Steffen's under center with the split box behind him. Kerr Nason on the bottom of the screen. Steffens' hands now. Dragged forward, short of the first down. Can't quite see. It looked like they put in a different running back. I don't think that was Rodney Allen with the ball. It was Tim Martin.
Tim Martin.
Playing out of the fullback position in the split backs.
Mm-hmm.
Hustles forward for about a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 now for the Academy at the 40-yard line of Alden Hebron, right dead on the 40. Now the Academy will come out. You think they're going to stick with that running game, Bill?
Why not?
Why not? It has worked so far. Out of the pro set. Steffens checking things, barking out his signals. A lot of men up on the line for Alden Hebron.
They do, and here they come, too. The ends are coming.
And Rodney Allen breaks through, however, working his way around the corner, trying to turn one man and beat number 9. He does so, and finally pushed out of bounds again at the 30-yard line.
I'm surprised that on that last play there wasn't a flag coming out of the official's hand.
Juritzky seemed to hit him pretty late, didn't he?
It did. Hit him high, too. Here it is on the replay.
End just ran right over the play.
Yeah. See, whenever the defensive ends have been coming hard, I mean, Rodney has been taken to the inside, and then he just got one man or two guys to beat, and as you can see, he just runs out of real estate again.
Ooh,
and that
vicious hit.
Definitely could have been a late hit right there.
But now, instead of the penalty, we got 1st and 10 with 15 seconds to go. Ball on the ball on the Alden Hebron 25-yard line. Ravier is hustling to the top of the screen. Kieran Aston here on the bottom. That split back set again for the Academy, and now the handoff to Tim Martin. Met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. Might have gotten about a yard or so, but this will end the first quarter on that play. The Caxton will have a 2nd and about 9 to go when we return. 14-0 in the first quarter here at Alumni Field on homecoming day. Bill, good first quarter.
Oh, it was a fantastic first quarter. Without a doubt, the best offensive quarter for LFA all year. They're on their 3rd possession offensively, and they've got a chance of getting some points out of this situation. Even that time, they were hitting the backfield, and they wind up still gaining a couple yards. And compared to, we're looking over the stats right now, and compared to the first quarter for the whole year, LFA has only scored 7 points for their first 6 games. So they doubled that in just this first quarter today.
Well, Alden Hebron came into the game today having lost to Williams Bay, just as the Academy did, but it was not a very impressive game from what the scouting report said. Alden Hebron didn't look good in that game, and John Morrison had high hopes coming into today's game.
Yeah, definitely. And the other part that why John Morrison's very confident in his team is they've been playing well the last 2 weeks. That first win against St. Gregory's gave this team, especially as we said earlier, a young team, a lot of confidence. And then when they went on the road and got a win up in Lake Geneva last weekend, all it's doing is just making them feel good in whatever they do.
So now the Academy's come out, 2nd down. Says 2nd on the box, 1st on the scoreboard. I think it's a 2nd down and 9, however, for the Academy.
All right.
Now we have twins to the bottom of the screen this time. Ravi Urs and Kieran Aston. Will Zach Steffens roll out?
Yeah, he is. He's first play when they got the win. They're going for the pass.
And they're throwing for Kieran Aston's wide open, and there's that touchdown he's been waiting for all season. No flags on the field. A 30-yard touchdown pass from Zach Steffens to Kieran Aston. Maybe about 25, but that doesn't matter. Kieran doesn't care. He's got a touchdown, and we've got a score 20-0, Lake Forest Academy. Nice pass, huh, Bill?
Yeah, my problem, my angle, I couldn't see it down in the right side of the corner, and I was trying to look on the screen, and our camera guys kind of missed it too, but I wasn't surprised by LFA first play to have the wind at the back to roll out and hit the touchdown pass.
LFA had the twins to the bottom of the screen. It looked like Ravi Urs went up towards the field, and Kieran Aston just outran the defenders and caught the ball on the fly.
Yeah, Steffens looked like he had a lot of zip on that ball too.
Well, you were right, Bill. First play in the wind. You and John Morrison on the same page. Now at the net, 2 for 2 today. Kicking with the wind. She ought to nail this one, and does. Look at how much further she nails that. Way, way back. The Borden boys fielded on the LFA track. So 21-0.
And 3 possessions, 3 offensive positions, 3 touchdowns.
Now John Morrison would probably love to see the defense do something, hammer it, and get the ball back on a fumble or an interception.
And the defense, you got to give them a lot of credit too. I mean, they marched it down on their first offensive series, and they wound up holding them. On the 4th down and 9 yards to go.
So these Caxie homecoming fans are having a great show so far today. A huge crowd. I say it again. I can't believe it. I have never seen so many people at the home football games all year, and they're certainly paying off. They're getting a great show here today. Now, Jeanette Riley set to kick it off. Let's see if Alden Hebron has switched who's going to receive it. You know what, Bill? Now they got Beck, and now they got Wickersheim in. I don't know what they had the big offensive lineman in there last time, but they got 2 skill players back to receive the ball now.
All right. The main reason, again, why they got those guys probably back there is the win with the kick with the net.
Now, you're right. Danette Riley, let's see if she can really lay into it with the wind at her back. From kicking from a 40-yard line, a nice end-over-end kick, fielded high and dropped. Now at his 15-yard line is Wickersham. Now going forward, gets one block, trying to make the turn on the right, and does a good job of moving. Now he's wide open. One person to beat is Danette Riley, measuring him up. Danette slows him down. Now Mike Davis, the bullet, trying to catch him to the 10, to the 5. Davis lays forward, and that's a touchdown. No flags on the field. You know, Bill, I get a little excited because I thought he was going to get hammered back at the 10-yard line. He made
fumbled the ball.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, that was a great run there by, who was that?
That was 80, Wickersham.
Brian Wickersham.
Here it is again on the screen. Look where he picks that ball up, Bill, about his own 7-yard line. Just turns to the right side and moves.
Has nice blocking there, but then he's off in the field, and you can see right here, basically, he's just looking to get past the kicker.
And Danette Riley
slows him up, gives the rest of the guys a chance to come back and make the tackle, but this time just wasn't enough.
Tough on Danette Riley. She doesn't get a lot of tackle practicing in practice.
No,
from
not at all.
volleyball to kicking, and she did a good job to slow him up, and Mike Davis only got him. Almost got there. Now, Alden Hebron's going to go for 2, down 21-6. Cax is in a 6-1 defense. Stewart under center with an eye backfield behind him. And hands off to the short man, the fullback, and they get the 2-point conversion, 21-8. And there goes the shutout string for John Morrison. Matt Stepanich, former LFTV color commentator, and coming up to visit us today. Did a hockey game a few years ago, I recall.
Well, that was a surprise, to tell you the truth, Chris.
That was a shock, huh?
Well, it was definitely where we saw in this situation that they had the win, and we said that they'd kick it away, and
one more
the
time
boot
for
is
you
there
on the wide angle shot.
It.
You see, he dropped the ball way back there, almost on his own 7-yard line, and just took off to the race on the right side. See if you don't see a clip right here, Bill, that I see. Right there on number 2, Brian Bonato.
That's kind of
and another one on 23.
Officials were all in position. They're all looking at it.
Well, not much we can do about it now, though.
No.
He's off, and they got it on the scoreboard, 21-8 for the Academy.
And the only thing that LFA can do right now is just go back, get their offense back out on the field, and get another drive and hopefully another score.
So now back deep to receive. Mike Davis, 25, the last man who had a shot at tearing Wickersham down. Also Tim Martin back there with him. Robbie Ayers and Brad Chaquan form the rest of the diamond. To kick for Alden Hebron, Chad Ellswick. Now, Chris Diesler, number 12, moves to the middle on the reception, kicking into the wind. We'll see if he can. Get it up, and he gets a nice high kick. That one's going to be fielded by Chris Diesler, who fumbles a little bit, falls on the ball on his knees, and he's down at the 24-yard line. And Diesler, a little angry at himself, couldn't quite hang on to it. It's hard when it's that cold.
Right. Again, as we said, it's cold, but at the same time, he's frustrated because he saw that there was some room in front of him to be able to move and get some yardage. So he did the best thing and just fell down.
So now with 11:28 left, the Cax will have 1st and 10. If they can hear us out in the truck, Bill's lost his hearing. We can still hear him, but he can't hear us. Now, 1st and 10 for the Caxies. They'd love to get a quick score back here, Bill.
I think they just need to be patient here and just run it out. There
now,
again, Martin.
Tim Martin breaking forward for a pickup of about 4 yards. Yeah, when you give up that touchdown, though, you're up 21-0. It's almost a real backbreaker. You can let down a little bit on that.
Yeah, definitely you can let down. You might get down on yourself, especially on a big play, because, that was we talked before about momentum and things. And Hebron had to have something go their way, and that was a big play, that kick return. Probably the first one of the year.
Yep. So now the Caxies faced with a 2nd and 5 situation. Twins to the top of the screen, Kieran Aston and Ravi Urs. Zach Steffens hands off to Rodney Allen, hit it right away, but breaks through it. Gets back up to the 1st down. A 1st down for Rodney Allen. Good job. He gets nailed right away and breaks through that. He's been running hard.
Again, but the tackle comes up high, trying to tackle him up at the shoulders, and with Rodney with his legs, you got to hit him down low and then ramp him up.
Cheerleaders doing a great job today, keeping the crowd excited. I'll tell you what, that's one way to stay warm, just by clapping and cheering for the Academy.
Well, let's tell you what, this is a pretty exciting game so far.
Well, it's a lot of offense. It's always great to see offense. Now, a 1st and 10 situation for the Academy on their own 40-yard line.
It looks like maybe a passing situation right now.
Steffens with the Twins to the top of the screen and the split backs behind him. But instead, he hands off to Tim Martin. That's the inside handoff we saw before, and Martin's met and hammered back. Ball is loose. A fumble. Martin dropped it out. He was spinning, trying to move. I couldn't see it, Bill. There's
He did lose it like around the 41-yard line. This is going to be tough if he recovered it.
And here's what you always see. The
Here
officials
it is
trying
on
to foul, so
replay.
see who's got it. And Alden Hebron looks like they have it. They're cheering.
I mean, it's just Martin and 3 defenders out there.
And
so it's going to be tough. If he winds up
and they
recovering
say the Academy held on to the ball. Let's see again. Here's the ball out. I thought
it's a loose
Beck
ball
got it
right there. I don't know how Hebron did not wind up falling on the ball.
I don't know how Tim Martin. It just popped right to him, perhaps right under there.
Oh, see, now things are going your way when you're getting breaks like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, after that touchdown, if Alden Hebron could have gotten that and marched it in, we would have had a much different ball game. But instead, the Cactus have.
I mean,
2nd down and 10 to go.
Even if Hebron didn't even march it in, just having the ball and moving the ball down and having field position, it'd give them something to feel pretty good about in the first half when they've been dominated.
Now the Academy still looking to get on track here. 2nd down and 10. Steffens rolls out this time. Being chased, lets it fly.
Nice
Deep downfield,
throw.
wide open is Mike Davis catching the ball and taking down at the Alden Hebron 30-yard line.
That was about a 25-yard throw. It had a lot of zip on it. And, I mean, that play looked like there was no mistakes.
Well, how many yards do you think Zach's got in the first half? He's got the Kenan Easton touchdown, the Joe Garriano touchdown, that one right there.
Yeah, well, but the key is, again, like I said, this second half, now they got the win, and he's going for the little longer passes, about 25-yard to 30-yard range.
Even that one to Garriano into the win was a nice zip on that ball.
Yeah, definitely for the touchdown.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line of Alden Hebron, Lake Forest Academy in the pro set now. And Steffens met in the backfield, and I'll tell you what, he handed it off to Rodney Allen with a man on his back.
I was surprised he got the ball off to him.
5-yard loss on the play. Steffens had a man holding him. I'm surprised there wasn't a fumble there. He still managed to get it out and get into Rodney, but Rodney was tripped up.
Either they were coming on a stunt or somebody just missed a blocking assignment on that situation, but they were lucky that they didn't fumble the ball in that situation or even wind up losing more yardage.
Rafi Kalajian, Mike Davis come out. Tim Martin, Ravi Urs go in. Joe Mariano, the big center for the Academy, marches up.
Looks like about 2nd and 14.
2nd and 14 now for the Academy after they tackled for a loss of Rodney Allen. Now Steffens pitches to Rodney Allen, trying to find some running room. Nice job of blocking there. Rodney Allen throws it. Oh, it was a toss pass to Ravi Urs, and Rodney Allen's receiver just tripped.
Yeah, on that situation, you could see it looked like Rodney Allen was trying to set up earlier for the pass, but on that play, he had a little too much pursuit in his face.
Good job of blocking there by Garriano. Rodney was just getting hit as he threw it, and Urs was so wide open, he was shocked. Looked like he stopped to come back and couldn't get it. So the toss pass, we hadn't seen that yet this year, although we knew it was in the playbook, brings up a 3rd and 14 situation. You know, it looked like Urs was so wide open, he had to try to come back and just
right. And we had a lot of rain last night, so the field is a little slippery. He might have just hit one of those spots on the field.
Now, with Urs to the bottom of the screen, and Joe Garriano releasing. Steffens dropping straight back. Hits it up to the top of the screen now to Rodney Allen, who's taken down. Short of a first down.
Yeah, but that's a nice 10-yard pickup, so definitely, Coach Morrison, 4th down and 4 will go for it with the wind. In this situation, there's 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. So we'll see what they'll call here. It'll be interesting to see if he'll run for it or pass because he's had success both ways.
Tim Martin comes into the game, bringing the play to Steffens. There you can see Allen on the reception, his first catch of the day. Good job of hanging on there by Alden Hebron to keep the strong driving Rodney Allen.
Definitely. Here we go.
Now, 4th and 4. Biggest play of the first half so far for the Academy. Toughest situation. Ravi Urs on the bottom of the screen. Fake to Allen. Now Steffens rolling that way. Hits Tim Martin, his reception, and he's going to make the first down. So they throw to Rodney Allen to get half of it into the other, running back Tim Martin to get the other half both ways. Good job of catching and running by Tim Martin.
Yeah, here you can see on the replay again. They're running away from the pursuit, too. I mean, and you can see the blockers are rolling out, and the ends are coming again, and they just dump it right over a couple of their linemen. Again, now that pass was just dumped over Beck, and Beck, again, we mentioned, he's only 5'6", so, that's a nice target for Steffens to look at.
Steffens did a good job of escaping the defensive end who had slipped off of Richard Haupt. Now he's got a pro set again. Barking out the signals. Here comes Alden Hebron. The handoff to Ravi Kalajian in for Tim Martin moving forward. And Rafi gets a nice pickup of about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time we've seen Rafi come in and carry the ball in this situation. But, again, they're still picking up 3 or 4 yards every time.
So John Morrison today running plays both with his fullbacks, Kalajian and Martin, and also his receivers, Mike Davis and Ravi Urs. Sends Martin back into the game. 2nd and 4 for the Academy after the 6-yard pickup by Rafi. Steffens now looks over the defense, calling out his signal. On the long count now, he's a quick hitter. Two-step drop, lets it fly. And Robbie Urs does everything he can to do to get to that ball, but can't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, that's just a timing pattern right there. They're going for the corner of the end zone. You know, it's one-on-one. And in this situation, and again, with this win that we've mentioned earlier, that might have just had a little bit more on the ball than they needed.
You know, that's a tough pass, though. He was on the near hash mark, throwing all the way to the top of the screen. They're really testing Steffens' arm today.
And you can see right now he has a very strong arm.
3rd and 4 now. Robbie Urs stays in the game at the top of the screen. Kieran Nason to the bottom. Rodney Allen, the tailback behind Zach Steffens. Steffens up under Mariano. He barks it out. Hands off to Allen behind the block of Tim Martin. Bouncing forward. And it looks like he's got a first down. I don't see any flags on the field, Bill.
Yeah, it does look like he's got to be awful close to the first down if he doesn't already have it. Again, I mean, Rodney just lost his footing, and if he would have kept it, it definitely would have been another 6 points for LFA.
Now a 1st and goal situation for the Academy.
It looks like it's just outside, about maybe the 6-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 1st and 6. 6 points to get 6. 6 yards to get 6 points here. Steffens now. 42 Kalajian in at the fullback position. Rodney Allen tight behind him in the tailback. Alden Hebron with not very many on the line. Rodney Allen taking the ball, breaking off to his left.
6 points probably. He's in.
And it's a touchdown. Lake Forest Academy gets it back. 27-8 now for the Academy.
Rodney is having a fantastic day. I mean, the moment he's just past the line of scrimmage, you got almost guarantee he's going to pick up those 6 yards.
Robbie Urs
takes it to the
good
outside.
Block on
He's
top
got
of the
the speed right now on this team, and there's not too many guys that can catch up to him.
He just drags Sterinsky into the end zone with him. Barely gets that ball over. Nice camera
Again,
work there.
Sterinsky's trying to tackle him up above, and that's awful tough. You got to go down by his leg.
27-8, 6:03 to go. Ned Riley in to kick the extra point. Out of the hole to Zach Steffens. She's perfect today. She nailed the last one deep, deep, deep onto the track. There's a nice snap. Falls down, up.
And good.
And good. 28-8. LFA. So, Bill, that was a good job of coming back after giving up that big return.
Oh, definitely. And that was also another nice drive by the offense. So is that 4 offensive series and for 4 scores?
Yeah, I haven't seen a punter out yet today for the Academy.
Mm-mm.
They haven't got to shut down on downs. So now Lake Forest Academy very, very, very aware of number 80 back there for Alden Hebron, ready to catch that ball.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see now if Coach Morrison would like them to squib it again like they were doing in the first half and letting one of their linemen handle the ball and maybe get 3 or 4 yards, or still kick away with the win.
Well, you know, I don't know. You think John's going to want to challenge his coverage team, tell him this is your second chance now, get the job done, let the net boot that ball? I mean, can't
It'll
ask for
be
more,
interesting.
right?
Let's wait and see right now. I don't know which way he would call this one.
So now, Net really, after kicking that ball all the way down to the 7-yard line last time, teeing it up. Wickersheim and back to receive for Alden Hebron. Very interesting formation for Alden Hebron. They got the 5-man up on front. And then on the 35-yard line, they got the next 4, and then the 2 men back. And she squibs it, Bill. You're right, to the up back, 78. He's caught it before. And now
3 times today.
His 3rd return there. You'd think I'd remember him. Chad Ellswick moves forward to the 40-yard line. So Chad Ellswick has got more returns than Wickersheim, although Wickersheim's got the yardage.
That's right. But I think Coach Morrison made probably the correct choice here. You know, let's keep it on the ground. Let that lineman carry it who doesn't have much experience. And also, you never know. He might fumble it on you, and you wind up getting the ball in great field position.
Yeah, but, you know, I would have liked to seen him challenge his coverage team to kick that ball deep.
Hell, it's still early, so we might see it again.
So now, 1st and 10, Alden Hebron on about their 40.5-yard line. Slot to the bottom of the screen. Stewart up under center. Now going against the wind and a weak one-handed pitch. And Beck can't get the ball. Big pile.
This is going to be a close one. I don't know if they regained it. They're saying they did regain it. I don't know how LFA missed it.
Sterinsky, instead of going for the ball, decided to block the man who was coming trying to get it. It was very, very strange.
I mean, you can tell they're not a option team.
Terrible pitching position by Stewart. And Sterinsky here decides, he's going to block Robbie Urs rather than going down to get it.
Yeah, Stewart pitches it with his left hand, and we know he's not a left-handed quarterback.
I thought Tim Martin was going to have it. It popped out. It looks like right at the foot of the referee. But now, real far back, 2nd and 22 with 4:57 to go. Alden Hebron comes out. Not a good passing team, forced into a passing situation.
Yeah, they were fortunate on that one that they didn't force up the ball.
Well, that's twice now they've been fortunate. And up for grabs and knocked down. Stewart's pass received there by Wickersheim.
Boy, we're saying the same names, it seems like, Chris, you are.
Wickersheim, and Ellswick. Here it is, Stewart on the little play-action fake. Just, he throws up these little jump balls.
Right, yeah. And, and again, like we said, he's thrown into the wind right now in that situation. So, they're using their biggest target out there.
So now more of a legitimate chance here, 3rd and 11 for Alden Hebron. 4:17 to go in this first half. Caxey's on top, 28-8, a 20-point lead. And shuffling on the defensive line, Russ T. Roberson gets in position. Stewart, another quick hitter. Pitch, receive, pitch, triple pitch. That's an illegal forward pass.
That one
the flag should come out of the clap. There it comes.
Flags
That'll
are all
back,
dropped.
however. Beck running, but that's for naught.
It
looked like Beck pitched it forward to Sturinsky.
Yeah, he did.
The first pitch was legal, but the second
first
illegal.
pitch was legal. Here we are in replay. If Beck was just a little bit more patient, I think this play could have worked.
So it went to Wickersheim to Beck to Sturinsky, I think. Wickersheim to Beck to Sturinsky.
Yeah,
sounds like I'm calling a baseball
there he goes
game.
forward with that lateral.
And, the refs couldn't get the flags out quick enough. Their hands are cold, too.
They're probably shocked by seeing this play. That's not a play you see so often.
Do you think, Bill, that was a design hook and ladder with just a little extra pitch in it?
It definitely had to be a design play for him, but you usually don't see that play in the middle of the field. You'll see it down the sidelines. So, the first pitch, as you said, was a legal pitch because it was behind.
33 Beck for Alden Hebron, slow to get up. They're calling illegal man downfield.
No, that's
clip.
No, they're just calling the right call. All they called on that signal was that
pass?
illegal forward pass. It's a loss of down in that situation.
So now it should be over on downs to the academy if there's a loss.
No, it's a loss of replay of the 3rd down, so it should go to 4th down right now.
Okay, loss of the 3rd down.
Mm-hmm.
So now 4th down, the academy in a punt return situation, sending Rodney Allen deep to get it. 25 now, Jason Sturinsky, the man who had the ball at the end of that last play, now set back to kick it off. Rodney Allen with his feet just beyond his own 30-yard line, now steps up to the 3rd. A better punt, a better snap this time, but a poor punt. Robbie Urs lets it roll. Rodney Allen is going to let it roll himself. He had thoughts about picking it up and instead lets it roll there to the 41-yard line.
That's a smart decision there by Rodney Allen, not to try to pick up that ball. I mean, it's so tempting at times when you sit here as a receiver or return man where you want to get on the ball and you see open ground, but you usually fumble the pickup.
So now we'll be back in a moment. 3:40 to go, 28-0. Now we're back. Lake Forest Academy up 28-0 here. Rodney Allen on that carry picked up about 7 yards, maybe even 8. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and about 2 to go here with 3:01, 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
28-8 right now in the fourth quarter. I wish it was. It seems that long sometimes.
Cold enough.
But it's only the 2nd quarter. It'll be interesting to see if they can get it down for one more score before half.
So now Zach Steffens up underneath. Alden Hebron with a lot of men on the line. Here they come. Steffens rolling out on the blitz. Gets it off. Received and by Joe Gariano. He's on his knees, but that's a first down.
Now, we got a flag on the play. I think they're going to call holding on LFA. Yeah, and it was. It looked like that they were trying to set up almost a screenplay on that situation.
I couldn't tell if it was a screen or if it was just a good blitz coming through.
In that situation, to me, it looked like the linemen looked like they were letting their blockers come through. Coach Morrison's talking to Allen and everybody right now on the sidelines and trying to let them know what to do next time. I think it was also called on Rodney Allen, that hold. Here it is again on replay.
Now, Joe Gariano on his knees can't run like he can in the upper
he's
levels
moderately down. It's a legal catch and everything, but he's down.
Caxi's marched way, way, way back now to their own 34-yard line. We're going to have a long, long 2nd down situation for the academy. 2nd down and about 17. Steffens up in the pro set, 225 and running. Kieran Nason's on the bottom of the screen. Steffens on the counter to Rodney Allen. He's met in the backfield and dragged down at the 30-yard line. So a loss of about 5 more yards for the academy.
Definitely. That was a nice play there, Chris, on the defensive side. They stayed at home at that time. The ends weren't coming hard. They didn't let Rodney take it to the outside.
So now 3rd and 27 yards for the academy. Nope, 21 yards for the academy. And now a definitely passing situation, but they've gotten long passes all day, haven't they, Bill?
Yeah, they have, but at the same time, I think they could, with less than 2 minutes to go here in half, might just go for, get a few yards and then punt it with the wind at your back and take their chances with their defense out there before halftime.
So 1:40 to go. The Academy, nobody behind Zach Steffens. Twins to the bottom of the screen, and it's delay of game, it looks like. Delay of game on Lake Forest Academy. They took a little bit too long. That'll march them even deeper back. That's going to be 3rd and 26 now. Steffens had nobody behind him, Bill. They're definitely going to chuck that ball.
Oh, yeah, they were going to throw it. Again, like I said earlier in the game, or earlier when they were in the second quarter, he's going to throw it. We know that, but I don't think they're going to go for all of it.
No, I think maybe just get half of it, like you said, and punt the ball. Twins on the bottom of the screen. Rodney Allen on top of the screen. Joe Gariano, the illegal receiver, out down here as well. Gariano's open in the middle. Steffens going for him. Oh, just off his hands. Nice effort of Joe Gariano getting the arm out. And I'll tell you what, that would have been a first down, Bill.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a first down. But, Beck, you got to give him credit. He's one of the smallest guys out here on the field. And you can see on the replay, he breaks it up. I mean, Joe could have gotten something. Oh, the ball's perfect. Spiral on it right now. And Beck, number 33, is right there.
And, that's where you got to throw it, though. You got to throw it past. You can't throw it short.
No.
Now, 4th down and 26. Back deep to receive is Beck, calling his name all day here for Alden Hebron. And the kicker is Joe Gariano. The two men involved in that last play face each other again now on the field. Gariano waits for the snap. Beck back at his 32-yard line. Good snap. Gariano gets it up, aiming for the sideline. Side-to-side kick. Beck with the speed, running underneath it. Fields the ball at his own 40 now. Forward and out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Kieran Aston knocks him right out of bounds. So that stops the clock. 1st and 10 for Alden Hebron, just short of the 50-yard line on about their own 48. 118 left here in the second quarter, 28-8.
That was the first time we saw Joe Gariano out there, and you could see again with wind will help with his punts. I mean, he had a lot of hang time and stuff. In fact, it was too good of a punt almost for the defense.
So now 1st and 10, Alden Hebron. We'll see with the shotgun for the first time today. Stewart back, 2 men to block for him. Beck and Walensky. Stewart throws it up for grabs, and it's caught.
They're going to call it
great
a
catch
complete
there by Walensky. Wickersheim with a great catch now, moving the ball forward to the 30-yard line. The clock stops for the chains to move, and Alden Hebron running up to the line.
They're going to the hurry-up offense right now. Again, he's just hitting the biggest target out there, just throwing it up for grabs here on replay.
Just a jump ball. Look at the second effort here.
I mean, there's 2 defenders there from LFA, and there it is. Here we go.
Now Stewart, straight back, hustles forward and hit early, and that's a penalty.
Yeah,
that's a pass interference on Tim Martin hammering down.
Tim Martin was on his back right there in that situation. He was just a little too eager to reach in and make the play.
So that stops the clock, and it also provides penalty yardage for Alden Hebron. You know what? This 2-minute drill looks pretty good for them.
Well, it's, anything right now offensively, they've been struggling so much, looks good.
Now, I'd have to think that they'd have to get a touchdown, though. Don't assume they have a kicker going for 2 last time.
Well, also at that time, we don't know because they were down already, I think 14-0. So
or 21.
Or 21, excuse me, 21-0. So with their coaches looking at getting possible scores down the road.
So now we have twins to the top of the screen for Alden Hebron. Stewart's going to go take the ball from under center. Number 80, Wickersheim's up there.
And it looks like only Beck is in the backfield.
Beck all by himself in the backfield. On the bottom of the screen, the eligible receiver, number 42, Adam Kuhlman.
Okay, it definitely looks like they're going to go with the passing play here, Chris.
But you got Beck back there, so there's always that chance.
He fumbles the snap.
Fumbles the snap. A little quick hitter. It could be a double pass, but no. Wickersheim goes forward. Still on his feet, marching down the field, down to about the 5-yard line. Alden Hebron's got 2 timeouts left, Bill, don't they?
Yeah, they do. In fact, won't be surprised to see him call it right now. This is close to a first down. In fact, it is. First down.
First down now. Craig Hill's going to send in a 6-2, and it's a timeout called by Alden Hebron. 48 seconds left. First and goal on the Academy 5 or 4-yard line. Look at it again on the screen here. You can see Wickersheim does a lot out of nothing there. Really pushes forward on his own. Nice job.
He has been an active player all day today.
Gets right down to the 5-yard line. Now Alden Hebron with the first and goal. That timeout essentially called just to stop the clock.
Yeah, they are.
Time to think.
It looks like they're at the 5-yard line of LFA with 48 seconds to go. So right now, defensively for LFA, I mean, if they can come up with the defensive stop here before halftime, they'll definitely have the momentum going into the locker room.
And the team coming in with no passing game, to speak of, has done a good job with the passes.
Yeah, they have.
A couple
Very
of lucky
much.
catches, though. Wickersheim with the nice effort and Wickersheim with the nice run.
Sometimes you need that in the game of football to have some of the breaks go your way to keep you in the game. And that's what's happened so far for Aldrin Hebron.
And Coach John Morrison not happy about that. You don't want to go into the locker room now having just given up a point.
No. Coach Craig Hill just came out of the huddle there, the defensive coordinator for LFA. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do.
First and goal now. 25 is standing behind him. Jason Struinsky, the tailback, and the pitch is to 25, rolling around to his right side, trying to get to the goal line. He's going to be short, and he's also in bounds. The clock is running. Alden Hebron's going to sprint back to the line. 38, 37, 36 seconds left.
Okay, it looks like he picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards on this pitch.
Second and goal, about 3 yards to go.
With 28 seconds left in the second quarter.
Alden Hebron now.
Hurry up offense.
Stewart up under center. Again, Struinsky is the tailback. The handoff on the dive, straight forward, and that's a touchdown and a flag.
We have a flag on the play, touchdown also.
Did they call touchdown, or were they just raising their hands to stop the clock?
It's a touchdown signal, flag on the play,
and
we're going to wait to see what the officials signal here.
15 seconds left. You can see in the corner of your screen and in the top of your screen here.
Face mask on LFA, declined.
Touchdown, Alden Hebron, Bill. That gives us 28-14.
You got to give Alden Hebron a lot of credit there. I mean, that 2-minute offense certainly worked for him, taking it down the field and getting 6 points on the board right before halftime.
Here you can see it again. Let's see if we can pick up that face mask. Going for Struinsky, maybe right there in the bottom of the pile as the touchdown came up. The ref called touchdown and flag at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely was in that tackle where the face mask occurred.
So now 15 seconds to go, 28-14 here. Alden Hebron marching, trying to make a comeback. Struinsky, the tailback, there behind Stewart. Wolfshine on the bottom of the screen, number 80. And the handoff to the short man, though. That's number 33. I think it was Beck, Bill, who took the ball.
And it is definitely Beck, Chris. It was the same play that they ran the two-point conversion before earlier with.
Nothing happening.
Nothing happened in that situation.
So 28-14, 15 seconds to go. And Lake Forest Academy will get one more chance. I imagine they'll take and drop to a knee just to get into the locker room.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, though. It depends on the field position because with the wind at their back, they'll might air it out and take the chance of going to the end zone at one time.
That's true. Alden Hebron will be kicking into the wind, and Academy should have some good field position.
And I would be really surprised to see if Hebron kicks it away. I would think they are going to definitely kind of squib it in the middle of their line, try to have a lineman fall on it, and then take their chances with the one offensive play.
So now Mike Davis, the bullet, dropping back. Chris Dietzler, number 12. Brad Jaquan, Tim Martin, Ravi Urs. If it goes to the short backs, that'll be Urs and Jaquan. We've seen Jaquan field a few this year. Alden Hebron set to kick with 15 seconds to go. They kick that squibber, rolling to Jaquan, just like we thought. Perhaps Jaquan picks it up on his feet, running to the middle of the field, however. He's not going to be getting out of bounds. Hauled back and taken down at the 35-yard line. Clock stops to get the chains in position. They'll have 9 seconds to go, Bill. What do you think they'll be doing?
Oh, I don't think Coach Morrison's just going to let it fall on the ball. I think, why not? Take one shot at it, for the year, and see what they can do at the end zone. They got the win with them at their back.
And they're going to, the clock's running now.
Stephens has shown a strong arm today so far.
4, I don't think they're going to get it off. 3, 2, and they won't. Won't get that off, and looks like they might have been rolling to the left. But
they
after
definitely
the first
were
half,
looking to look for the pass play because you could see they had 3 men out to the top of the play. But, it was a great first half for Lake Forest Academy. It was a shame, though, at the end there. They let them get in there. But, again, like I said, you got to give Aldrin Hebron a lot of credit. Their 2-minute drive worked for them, and we got a game for the second half.
we do. It'll be 28-14 Lake Forest Academy when we come back in the second half.